Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I was editing the video and I realized it was a little bit confusing going through transitions and how we ended up fishing on the boat all the way to fishing ponds. So I'm going to offer a little explanation here before we get into the video so it makes a little bit more sense. If you're new to my channel, go ahead down below and hit the subscribe button for me. I'm trying to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark, so if you could help me out with that goal, that would be greatly appreciated, and you won't miss any more of my fishing tips or videos. So now let's start talking about what happened, and then you can see how crazy this day kind of got. It was a little off the walls, but I mean, it's kind of typical for how the beginning of spring is here in Pennsylvania. Fishing's tough, and you kind of got to make a little move sometimes. So the day started out with the goal of going smallmouth fishing. I went to a local river that I do pretty good on, and I got there hoping that they'd be feeding. I was hoping the water temperature was in those mid-40s, which is what it was on the lake the day before. I didn't realize that since the lake was a little bit smaller, it probably heated up a little bit faster than the river did. So once we got there, the water temp was only 38 degrees. So I figured that fishing would be really tough in that river to begin with, but then looking at it even more, the current was going crazy through there. It was so fast. My trolling motor was on 100, blowing me back. We spent some time there, maybe about an hour and a half, throwing Ned rigs, throwing some swim baits, and even through the Alabama rig a little bit. Made a whole lot of casts, and then this happened. I need a current break. What's up?
Well, you gotta hear 20.
I got 0. Oh no, no. Hello? I just lost a $400 combo. Yep. I tried to adjust while I was putting my phone up to my ear and I dropped it. It bounced off the deck of my boat, went right in the lake. So after I lost my rod there, I realized the current was going crazy, just the fishing was going to be really tough. I was kind of out of it, so I just decided it would be better to put it on the trailer, go somewhere else, do something a little bit smarter, which gave me the bright idea to go to a pond that was near that river that I used to fish when I was in college. Usually it was the first place to turn on with the bite. You could go there, get a rattle trap bite, rip it through the grass, even a chatterbait. The water would be dirty, but they'd still eat really well. That water would heat up so fast, and it's a very shallow pond, so I figured why not drive over there, had some rattle traps with me, and I'd take a couple casts with that. So we went there, started firing some casts, stuff like that, and then this happened. Oh my gosh, that's a giant. Come here, big girl. Oh, she's just got one hook. Come here, come here. Yes. Guys, that is why you throw a red trap in the spring. That is giant. We're gonna go get a scale and get a weight on her. So we catch that fish on like my third cast at that pond. It was crazy. I mean, I didn't even expect it. I've never caught fish that big in that pond ever. I've been there plenty of times. The biggest fish I've ever caught was like 2 pounds. And so then I stayed there, took a bunch more casts, kept throwing the rattle trap, kept changing colors. We tried a Ned rig, we tried a drop shot. We tried a bunch of different things there just to see what I could get them to bite. I knew that those fish had to be there, especially to catch one that big. There had to be more fish in there. I've had almost 100 fish days in that pond with a couple other guys. So I mean, 30, 40 fish a person fishing there in the springtime on rattle traps and stuff like that. But for some reason it just wasn't happening. I spent maybe another hour and a half there and absolutely caught nothing. Not a bite, not anything. So then we decided to up and leave there and went to another pond. So we got over to the other pond. It's actually 2 ponds. One feeds into the other one. So one is shallow and dirty and the other one is deep and clear. So I figured I could get a little feel on both. I got there and there was still some ice on the pond, which was crazy. The water was real dirty up on the top one, which I expected. But we spent some time fishing there and didn't really catch much there. So quick tip before we finish today's video off. 3 pond baits that you're going to want to have this early spring, especially if you're up here in the Northeast like Pennsylvania like I am. These are going to be the ones that you want to have tied on from now until about May. These are going to be prime time baits. They're going to be catching a lot of fish in the next month here up in the north once the water temperatures get right. These are the same ones I fished today that the water temp isn't there yet, but maybe down south it might be for you. First one you're going to want to have is a red rattle trap right there. This is Rayburn Red. It's a Booyah Hard Knocker is what I was throwing. Pick your favorite color. As long as it's red, it works good in that dirty water whenever the rain muddies up these ponds. A lot of them get pretty muddy fast in the springtime from all the rain because they don't have a hard bottom. They just have like a silty sand bottom. So that's going to be the one you want to throw. And then the other thing that I throw a lot of in the springtime is a green pumpkin chatterbait, and then I'll put a green pumpkin Zacho trailer on the back of it. This imitates the bluegills perfectly, and in all ponds that's going to be the main forage, that and crawfish. So that's why I throw these 2 to start in the beginning of the spring. I'll put that Zacho trailer on to make it really look like a bluegill, and then I throw, this is a 1/2 ounce Z-Man Elite. I was throwing a jackhammer as well today, but you don't have to throw the jackhammer. The Elites work just fine. And then the last thing, I don't have one with me here right now, but it's a Ned rig, simple bait, but make sure that you use a very light jig head so that it doesn't get stuck down in the moss in the bottom of the pond. I was throwing a 1/16. I think an 1/8 is about as high as you'd want to go. So somewhere in that range, green pumpkin Ned rig, cast it out there and that'll catch you a bunch of fish in your pond as well. So we went back, relaxed at the house, did stuff like that. But it was a great day to be out on the water. It was warm, it was nice. We have some more exciting bass fishing content coming. I've just placed 3rd place in a tournament this weekend. We have more tournaments coming up soon, and then we'll be doing some how-to videos on how to fish some different baits for bass and stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like for me too. And thanks for watching.